They're having a whole ass conversation up there. Bad omens, man. You got to be a superstitious fuck to think that this is a bad omen, dude. Crows are great. You got to be a dumbass pre-industrial caveman to think that crows are a bad omen. Come on. Crows are good. They're out here eating bugs and doing what they do, you know what I mean? Doing crow shit. Let them eat crow. Whatever, Jason, dude. Just put a mask on, you dumb fuck. Go get your fucking vaccine, too. Quit trying to come up with witty quips on the internet. Just go get your mask. Stuff it over your fucking face. Go get your vaccine. Stuff that in your arm. Shut up. I'm immune. No need to vax. Somebody doesn't know how to read. Somebody doesn't know how to read. Shocking that it's Jason. Shocking that it's Jason who doesn't know how to read with his hot take. Everybody should be shocked. Jason dropped an iceberg in the ocean. And in other news, the sun rose today. Jason's definitely one of the ones I want the dart cam on, you know what I mean? I want the dart cam on Alex Jones, Jason, Joe Rogan. I want the dart cam on a random selection of fat, stupid Republican idiots. I want it on a random selection of skinny, dumb, vegan leftists that won't do it. I want it all. I want a fucking selection, dude. Virgin vaccine versus Chad herd immunity. Yeah. How's that herd immunity working out for you? Working out pretty good, huh? About to spike again. Winter is coming, literally. Fucking European countries are closing their borders to us again because it's out of control here again. I'm a dumb fuck, dude. Also, Jason's never heard of the term variant. Herder immunity, yeah, dude. Why are we so dumb? I don't know. People too stupid. People too stupid. Delta variant was made up to keep us contained. Bro, we're already contained. I love this idea. I'm just trying to keep us contained, yo. It's like we're already fucking contained. We already live in a society where you can't fart in secret. What are you talking about, keep us contained, you dumb fuck? It's the same shit, dude. If you go back and look at the Spanish flu epidemic in 1913, 14, they're the same fucking people existed, bro. Most people in society threw a mask on their face when they went out to avoid spreading it around to other people and catching it from other people. And other people fucking just like, well, I shall not wear a mask. It's just like the same fucking idiots, dude. The same morons. And they make up a disproportionate number of the people that croak in this shit. But unfortunately, they leave behind their children. And their children go forward with the same fucking dumbass gene in their brain. Yeah, dude, we need a lot of Everett Trues. We just need cops to be Everett True. Dude, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for Jason to be sitting there in his fucking underwear playing Mabinogi, dude. And then he hears, "County Sheriff, open up, please." I don't trust the U.S. government on the vaccine issue. The U.S. government is not the one talking about vaccines and creating vaccines. That would be scientists and doctors. Yeah, Nancy Pelosi isn't in a lab going like, "Oh yeah, add a little more cyanide." "Oh yeah, it's nice and deadly. Now load it up with the, scientists. Ay vey. Ay vey. He already did. He already implied that scientists get paid. All right, so you only trust people who don't get paid? You better go ask a homeless dude what to do about this then. Go ask a homeless dude what to do about this. Right? That's what matters, is who's getting paid by who, right? So go find somebody who's not getting paid by anybody and ask them about this. Homeless people know. I know. That's why I told him to go ask one. I have a higher chance of surviving COVID than I do the vaccine. That's just fucking ridiculous, dude. Just fucking ridiculous, bro. Why respond to this dunce? I don't know. Because this dunce is actually echoing stupid shit that other dunces say. And having the argument fall to pieces is a good thing, whether he's trolling or not. He's a bear poker, yeah. Have you ever talked in depth about Interview with the Vampire, either the novel or the film adaptation? I don't think so. No, I read the novel a long fucking time ago. I've seen the film a number of times, including relatively recently when I watched it with Amelia. I have referenced Interview with a Vampire as a fantastic example of show don't tell character introduction. So I think I used Louis' introduction to the reporter played by Christian Slater as a perfect example of how to show, not tell, what a character is about, how to introduce people to a character. You don't necessarily have to just throw the character in the mix and give a bunch of fucking, expository information about them. The beginning of that movie, beginning with the interview, it really, like, it's a great piece of show don't tell cinema, the opening of that film. Hey Jason, time out. You're done. You poked the bear enough. Go be stupid somewhere else. Go circle jerk about this on fucking Poll or wherever it is you're getting these fucking. I'm tired of talking about it. You need to learn when you move on. You've spread your fucking dumbness around enough this morning, and we've all gotten a good chance to point and laugh at you now. Kindly shut up. Listen to the crows. They agree. Yeah, let them come eat my eyes. Let's see what happens. I got a salt gun. Let's see what happens. They're just using my trees as like a temporary resting hunting spot today. I've got some of the tallest trees in this neighborhood, and so it makes sense that they're gonna use these trees. There's a whole language happening here. There's a conversation happening here. There's different rhythms, different tones, different timbres, different levels of sustain on notes happening. All of that means something. All of that has something to do with how these animals stay together in a group. That's pretty crazy. I mean, you can hear it. There's a clear call and response that happens across the spread out members. Really cool. Ravens and crows are pretty smart birds, yeah. I've spent the whole morning sitting out here and listening to this flock of crows, or this, sorry, murder of crows. And it's slowly but surely, like, I've never really gotten the chance to sit this close to a bunch of crows, right? This is just not, so it's a new experience for me. I've had crows fly over before, but never like not roost, but sit down and like rest in my trees and have a conversation. I hear all kinds of different individuals in there, you know. The whole crow sound, you know, it's it's one of those sounds that I think before in my life I just kind of assumed, all crows do the same sound. They don't. And there's all kinds of little chirps and chitters that they do. There are crows that have deeper voices, crows that have higher voices. It's like a true society of animals, you know, each one of them individual, and there's conversation going on. You know, these animals are discussing things with one another. It's pretty crazy. There's like there's a mathematical nature to their language as well. Yeah, I heard them cronking. I never knew that that was the name of it, but I heard them out there. It's like, dude, they're having a whole ass fucking conversation. It's crazy. What are we talking about Howard Bloom for here? Fucking chat. Whatever, chat. You guys just jerk off and I'll muse about ravens or crows for a while. You guys just jerk off and fucking meme post and Pepe post and fucking just let your subconscious spill out into the fucking chat. So frustrating, bro. So incredibly frustrating. Well, if you're staring into the void, are we just supposed to talk about birds for century? I'm sick of your shit. The world will be better off without you. Bye. Talk about birds for a century. Like, this is a 20-minute fucking stream at this point, and about 5 of it I've spent musing about crows and how interesting they are. We supposed to talk about crows for a century? God, fucking seriously, dude, go find somebody that's jerking off about your particular favorite fucking thing. Happy Labor Day. Is it though? Isn't today the day we get to see fucking union busting politicians play lip service to labor? That's what Labor Day is. Thanks, Santo. Yeah, people don't seem to understand that this show is designed not to entertain the audience, but for the audience to entertain the personality. That's it. It's your job to keep me entertained, not the other way around. Yeah, blue collar workers who are unionized typically will get time and a half on Labor Day. Paul, do you want to hear my movie pitch? No. What better way to celebrate Labor Day than to do labor? Oh, yeah, dude. Get out there and labor. That's Labor Day. That's what Labor Day is about. Get out there and labor. Labor extra hard today. That's what it was for, right? That's what we made it for, right? Say what? Yeah, I was gonna craft some kind of snarky tweet about Labor Day, but I just don't have the heart to do it. Like I went and looked and I just wanted to throw up. I saw Kamala Harris post something about Labor Day. Dude, Kamala Harris has ensured that people stay in prison in California when she was the fucking DA here, or the fucking attorney general here, the AG here. She ensured that people stayed in prison so that their labor could be used for free. She couldn't be more anti labor if she wanted to be. She was a gigantic proponent of keeping people locked up and locked away so that they would have to labor for free. State slavery. It's the woman that locked up parents of truant children. So if they had children that were out of control and ditched school and shit, she thought the answer to that was lock up the moms, lock up the dads, throw them in a prison system where they have to fucking work for free and ruin their lives. This woman is not a proponent of labor. She's never labored in her life. Her life is one of power mongering. We covered Kamala Harris all the way back to the beginnings of her political career, and she has been sucking up to politicians bigger than her, sometimes literally. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Read up. She's not a laborer. She's not an advocate of labor. Neither is Joe Biden. For all his fucking blue collar Scranton fucking shit, any labor fucking sentiment was bled out of him a long time ago. This motherfucker supported NAFTA. You don't understand. Look up NAFTA. The North American Free Trade Agreement was one of the most anti-union, anti-labor fucking pieces of legislation that ever came out of the government. And guess where it came from? Guess who passed it? Bill Clinton. And guess who fucking was instrumental in its drafting and passing? Joe Biden. People just don't understand. Don't listen to a word these fucking people say about labor. It's lip service. They don't care about workers. If they cared about workers, you'd have health care. They've got the money. He's got the power. They cared about workers, you'd have health care. They cared about workers, you'd have an established federal minimum wage that met the fucking cost of living and exceeded it slightly, so nobody was fucking dirt ass poor. They cared about workers, they would fucking craft legislation that puts tariffs on companies that send their factories to third world fucking countries and pay the people their pennies on a dollar. There should be a huge tariff on an American company that sends their manufacturing base overseas. Should be a huge tax burden. See, if they cared about workers, they would do all this shit. They would incentivize American companies to employ American people at good wages. That's what a pro-labor politician would do. Neither side does this. Both sides pay lip service to it. I'm not talking about tariffs on countries. I'm talking about individual tax burden tariffs on companies whose manufacturing base is moved to a place where they can pay workers pennies on the dollar. Okay, you want to pay workers pennies on a dollar over there? That's fine. But when you try and bring your goods back into America to sell to Americans, you have to pay as a company so that we can take that money and put it in the kitty for workers. Yeah? Or you could just pay the workers yourself. Pay them a living wage here. Your choice. That's how it's done. So if they gave fuck one about you, that would have happened fucking 50 years ago. But they don't. So now you know. So now go take a look at their Twitter accounts and listen to their public statements today paying lip service to labor, when many of the people that you'll hear talking about it have done nothing but undermine the working class their entire fucking political careers. Whether it was directly through anti-labor legislation like NAFTA, or indirectly through legislation that targets the working class, like mandatory minimum sentencing, extended prison sentencing. See, this is one of the things that makes me like so frustrated as a person, because I feel like the answer is there and that there's no secrets about it, right? So history is something that I'm a huge proponent of. I'm a huge proponent of history because history, both recent and ancient, teaches you about the future. It teaches you about patterns in human nature and patterns in human civilization on the macro scale, and on the micro scale, it teaches you about how a politician functions. So all we have to do to know that a lot of the people posting about how much they love the working class today is to look at what they've done for the working class. Nancy Pelosi undermined the working class pretty much her entire career. Joe Biden has undermined the working class pretty much his entire career. And he's done it, he's one of the more egregious people that you can look at too, because Joe Biden does it with this Scranton-ass blue-collar, I'm from a hard scrabble streets of Scranton, Jack. Tell you what, things are rough and tumble. Didn't know where our next bowl of gruel is going to come from, Jack. He'll tell people this story. Do you know he held a fundraiser in a union hall and then backed legislation that cut Teamster pensions? So he held a campaign fundraiser and a big campaign fucking drive in a Teamster union hall somewhere in the fucking New England. I can't remember exactly where it was. Went to the Teamsters. It's like, listen, Jack, I'm your guy. And then backed legislation that cut Teamster pensions. Bullseye. You know what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a bougie fuck that knows how to speak the hard scrabble language of labor. Jack. But doesn't apply it, has never applied it, has actually worked against it his entire life, has functionally murdered the working class on his watch. He was one of the people that done it. The working class died on Joe Biden's watch, while Joe Biden was a senator, while Joe Biden was a vice president. And now while Joe Biden is a president, the working class has turned into a corpse on this man's watch. And you want to tell me I should listen to his pro-labor message today? Deeds. And this is why I have no quarter for Joe Biden, because he's had no quarter for the working class. And pretending to suck his dick when he does something that you perceive as good is sucking the dick of somebody who's destroyed the working class. They've destroyed you and your family's opportunity to make a decent living for your labor. Why would you ever praise that person? I don't care if that motherfucker gives flowers to your grandma. You snatch those flowers from your grandma, you throw them away, and you get her some flowers from you. You tell her, I don't want you to have them putrid, tainted-ass flowers, Grandma. You don't praise him for giving flowers to your granny after he raped her chances of being a fucking player in the economy away from her for generations now. You don't praise these people. We need to get it out of our heads. See, this is something that drives me fucking nuts. People think that politicians are like dogs. They genuinely think this. That if you catch them pooping on the floor, you go, bad boy. Grr, Joe Biden, you shit on the floor. How dare you? But if you catch him being an extra good boy, like sitting down before you give him a treat or something, oh man, you praise him out of fucking control. Let me explain something to you. Politicians are not dogs. If they reacted to the way that you felt, this world would be a different place. If they reacted to what you wanted, overwhelmingly people support Medicare for all. People have supported overwhelmingly the ending of these wars for fucking a generation now. Gone unlistened to. They don't care what you think. People need to get this shit out of their head that these politicians are just people that have to be pushed one way or another on an issue. Nope. Nope. These people will tell you straight to their face that they care about you and then walk into the back room and sign a piece of legislation that they know is going to take money out of your pension or out of your wallet without even fucking breaking a sweat. They don't even worry about the fucking dichotomy of that. They will shake your hand. They'll come to your factory. Oh, man, good old American blue collar. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we love you. Yeah. I got to make sure you vote for the right guy now, Jack. They'll do that shit. They'll glad hand you in your factory. And then go immediately to the back room and fuck your factory. And you want me to praise this motherfucker? When he does something that I conceive of as like minorly good? I don't give a fuck what good he does. Any good that Joe Biden does cannot undo the damage he's done to this country. So fuck him. And why this mentality isn't widespread on the left, I don't know. It's like people just forget Joe Biden's history as a segregationist and a racist. People forget Joe Biden's history as an austerity lover. People forget Joe Biden's history as a warmonger. Sweep it under the rug. We can push him. No. This motherfucker deserves nothing but scorn 24/7 from anybody who gives a fuck about the poor, the working poor, the homeless, the working class, or what's left of it. Laborers, workers, average people with average fucking problems. If you give a fuck in any capacity about the plight of those people, you should realize that your enemy is Joe Biden. Your enemy is Kamala Harris. They're not your friends, and they're not a problematic dog that you can whack with a newspaper and give treats to and hope to train them to be better fucking public servants. Not gonna happen. Biden stole his Scranton Act from a British political leader who, unlike Biden, did have strong roots in the coal mining industry, Neil Kinnock. I've heard about this. I've actually seen their speeches where Biden lifted this dude's speeches like word for word. So you're absolutely right about that. I want to celebrate when the president does something that I think is good. Just like this motherfucker has done nothing but undermine you your whole life. Fuck him. Fuck his weak gestures. This whole Afghanistan pullout, so many people showed their ass. So many people so thirsty for a fucking Democrat win. I just need to be vindicated in my constant support of Democrats. And here it was. And all it took was Joe Biden. Now it's reduced to, they don't even say he ended the war anymore, because enough people like me challenged them on it and posted like proof that he's still bombing, still special forces missions in Afghanistan, still mercenaries in Afghanistan. So enough people like me challenged people on it. So now they've said he ended the ground war. That's the new standard. Get the hints from me, dude. Unbelievable how thirsty people are to say, look, D did something good. No, he didn't. You really think it's good? He pulled troops out of that country and has already told you he's sending them elsewhere? He's already told you. It's not even a question mark of like, will Joe Biden redeploy all these Afghanistan troops that he's pulling out? He's already told you he's going to. And that's how fucking thirsty you are for a Democrat win. That's how thirsty you are to justify your constant lesser of two evilism. That's the standard. Unbelievable. Of course, he was the architect of a lot of this. He was vice president for 8 years during the presidency of a person who promised to end that war. Had wide latitude and wide influence for 8 fucking years. He sat on the vice presidency and didn't end it. Him acting like he's the guy that came along to just decided it was too much when he's one of the guys that started the shit and perpetuated the shit is so fucking disingenuous. And the fact that he won't commit to actually ending the war. We will continue strikes against ISIS-K. We have over-the-horizon capability. Meaning that we're still at war in Afghanistan. We're just doing a symbolic troop pullout. Oh, great. Where are those troops going? Well, terrorism has metastasized, Jack. Metastasized all over the world, Jack. We need to fight terrorism now, not terrorism from 10 years ago. These are all quotes from Joe Biden. He's going to send those motherfuckers to Syria. He's going to send those motherfuckers to Nigeria. He's going to send those motherfuckers somewhere. And he's going to keep bombing Afghanistan. And he's going to keep bombing anywhere he fucking feels like it. This motherfucker ended nothing. And there are people that are so fucking thirsty to have their fucking stupid lesser of two evilism justified that they're out there fucking martyring themselves on the cross for Joe Biden. And now they won't even say ending the war. Ending the ground war. Whatever, bro. See, this is why I don't play that fucking... That's why I don't play that. Let me respond to a... Hold. Who held? Oh my God. Pathetic. DFF is premiering. That's true. Go